I think bottle service is ruining the nightlife industry.
Woo! Hot take. That's a hot take.
I wholeheartedly feel like that, and I will die on that hill.
Really?
I will die on that hill.
You got to expand because that's pretty much, that's a lot. It's a lot to say.
Look, I get it. Venues got to make their money and whatever, but like, I feel like it's getting fucking ridiculous. People are not even having fun anymore. You got people in the club spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on tables, acting like they bought land.
It is true.
I feel like people are just in there to show who's spending the most money at this table. It's just a dick swinging contest.
Welcome to another episode of Zbodcast.
What am I doing here?
Can I finish my intro? I don't know why he agreed to do this because I don't know why I agreed to do this. This guy has more incriminating photos on his devices of me than anyone else in the world. Chris Rain, photography goat. Welcome to Zbodcast.
What's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man.
You're very
How you
zen,
doing?
eh? We did this early in the day, so we're not lit. We're not trying to get lit.
I mean,
old fashioned.
all right.
Shout out our studio supplying old fashions to us.
Absolutely. Shout out to the house.
Shout out to the house. Chris Rain, you're the photography goat. You probably got a lot of shit on those devices of a lot of people in Toronto.
About 15 years worth.
Yeah, 15 years you've been at it. Tell me about the journey. Tell me about born, raised. Tell me about life. Tell me about you.
Oh man, it's been such an incredible run. Like just starting out 15 years ago, just trying to, reach out to different promoters, club owners and stuff like that to get into the scene. Just, getting my foot in the door just to, do what I want to, do what I want in terms of photography and creating a name for myself and a business and just, growing within the creative community. And it's like, what can I really say? I never thought it would take me to where I am right now in terms of just like clientele, the circles I'm in, the places I've been, the people I know, on a personal level and on a business level, people like you, hooligan, you know what I mean? But
what about me?
Such incredible people I've met throughout my 15-year run that I can't thank the man upstairs enough.
Shout out him.
I can't thank people like you enough, and just all love all around.
Yeah, I know when I see you, the energy is always high. When I see you in the club, I know the photos are going to be good. Sometimes, there's not even a person there. There's someone that you don't know, and you don't know what they're going to take and how they're going to take it. But when I see you, it's like, boom, we connect, eye contact. And then do you see that shit like 2-3 days later?
2-3 days later.
And it's like, did that really happen?
Hold up. It used to be the next day. You know what I mean? But like now I'm just like, you know what? I need to like
take your time with it.
Take my time with it.
Yeah.
I'm starting to actually get to know these people on a personal level. So it's like, you know what? I may know that you're not supposed to be out tonight. You're not supposed to be out tonight.
I told my girl I won't be out.
You're not supposed to be hanging out who you hanging out with. You're in the wrong table. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's like, you got charges.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Now I take a couple of days to just like,
filter it out.
Let me think about this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
tell me about that though. Like, how do you know? Because you obviously probably get a lot of people are drinking. A lot of your venues are alcohol influenced and whatever. So how do you know kind of when to snap, what to delete? Like, is it a personal judgment? Does anyone ever call you and say, yo, I can't have that?
All the time.
Yeah.
I used to get that daily, like just inbox messages, DMs daily, like, yo, if you saw me last night, no, you didn't. Whatever pictures you have of me, delete it. I was with that guy. I can't be with that guy. My boyfriend will kill me. Or the guy goes, yo, bro, the table I was with like those 20 girls, yo, like,
insane,
delete
really,
it.
eh?
I can't have it. Like, yo, make sure, yo, here's 100. Like,
that's insane.
Yo, what's your email? I check my email, interact, $100.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, all right, you know what I mean?
I'll take that out.
Over time, I definitely learned, and that's a word you use.
Yeah, you've learned a lot.
You gotta
learn when you're outside and rain's in the town. Learn.
So over time, you start to get to know these individuals that are regulars or party and stuff like that, and you start to know that, you know what, I know they're this way outside, but they this way in here. Let me just protect them.
Yeah,
you know
protect
what I mean?
them and protect everybody.
And like that's what nightlife photography has become. Like it used to be such a creative world where you just made the venue look a certain way and branded a certain way. But as you get to know people over time, now it turns into, yeah, I want to brand the venue this way, but there's certain people in here tonight where it's like, I kind of got to shoot around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's the cause and effect of being personable and having a personality as a creative.
Yeah. Take me back to the early days. Born and raised where?
Born and raised in Toronto.
Born and raised in Toronto. So
Yeah.
you're Toronto youth through and through.
Toronto youth through and
Wow. And when you're talking 14, 15 years now, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
through. Damn, I'm 36.
36. Okay, so at 2021, you're probably in school in and around college, something like that.
No. I never went to college.
You never went to college. So high school done,
Right out of high school.
and you started grinding.
Started
How did you get
grinding.
into what's the trigger?
I was working full-time in construction.
Wow, look at that.
I know.
I just seen this guy on a construction site. Nuts.
Shit.
Yeah. Well, again, get the paper. Get the paper.
Get the paper.
Get the
You know,
paper,
I was working for a company called Fastenal.
Are they still around?
I don't know.
I don't know. Shout out
Probably,
you anyway.
Probably.
Yeah.
But
they
I
probably
was-
bought your first camera, no?
They did.
Or
They
were you a
did.
drug dealer? Don't lie to us
Nah,
now.
man, come on.
Nah, bro, I
don't
ain't
mess with
racist, bro. But I want to know. I'm telling you the
Oh
story.
my
Those cameras
God.
are expensive. Producer Terry tells me
No,
they're
no,
expensive.
no. But the money that I saved up from when I lost my job in construction because they went through hardships. The whole construction industry went through Chapter 11. Many companies went through Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So I ended up losing my job because of lack of supply and demand. So the money that I had saved up, I just had it sitting in my account, and I was home now. You know what I mean? I was at home watching a lot of TV, bullshitting, and then I was watching this show on TV, and it was like a photography competition. And it was like, it's like a game show for photographers. The winner gets this contract for like this company, and then you get to do these like cool campaign shoots. And I was looking at the work of these creatives, and I was like, how hard could it be? Like, oh my God, like to take a picture and just whatever. It was like, I could do that. And then I was like, maybe I should. And then I decided to buy a camera, shoot family and friends, their kids. Like I started photographing like kids and stuff
That's
like
how you
that.
gotta start.
You start with family and friends, like, you know, friends as kids, family portraits. That's how I started before I got into nightlife. So after I got sick of that, after like 7 months of just photographing kids and, you know, family portraits, I wanted something that excited me. And I was at a party one day and I saw that they had a photographer there. And he was snapping all the photos. He was just having a good time, and everybody loved him. And I was like, "Oh, this is like another, you know, like a different side of photography."
angle.
So I decided to try to reach out to promoters online that were on like Meet Me in TO, right?
Okay.
The website. And I started to reach out to Meet Me in TO and other like smaller promoter groups and bigger ones. And you know, one reached back out to me, and his name was Leith Kingsley.
Leith Kingsley.
Leith Kingsley at the time, and he did Models and Moguls. That was his brand name.
Okay.
And went out to one of his parties, shot it, did absolutely horrible.
The worst. You bombed.
It was oh my God, I bombed.
Like you bombed on site or after the fact? Like you didn't have any camaraderie with the people? You didn't know what
I
you were
didn't
doing?
have any camaraderie with the people. I didn't know how to work the room. I didn't know how to talk to the girls. I didn't know how to like make people feel comfortable in terms of taking their photos and like trusting me with it.
Like take your clothes off. Oh, no, I don't. How does it work? I don't know. I'm gonna get you in
No,
trouble.
like I didn't know like how to like actually like finagle photos. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
I didn't know how to do it, and it takes real skill to like get someone that you don't know, whether it's a group of guys or a group of girls or a couple, to be like, hey, can I get a photo of you guys? You know what I mean? Or hey, you look great, love the shoes, love the dress. Like, see how I can do it now?
Now you can
but
do it,
like
yeah.
back then, I was like, can I?
Now you
get
know. Now
a
sorry.
picture? You know
now
what I mean?
you just that's what he does. He comes to you, he goes like this. He points at you. He goes like this. Or he
I
goes
point
like,
at you
Yeah, he
now.
goes like this or something.
Yeah.
Like he just points at you, and you gotta get ready right away. You can't. No time. Quick.
Now I can do that.
Now you do it, yeah.
Like now people recognize me now, and it's like, oh, there's Chris Rain, and then I just go, hey, you too.
Yeah. He does the point.
Now I just point.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
If it's three people, yeah.
If it's
one.
3 people, it's bam.
Yeah.
You 3. You know what I mean?
So he's not like trying to get. He's probably trying to get your number. He probably is, but he's also
Maybe
trying
later.
to like get the photo right.
Yeah.
So yeah, now you know. Yeah.
Back in the day, I used to be like, hey, can I like? Is it okay if I like get a picture
Yeah.
of you guys and I like hold my camera up like this? And, you know what I mean?
It's also a product of the world we're in now, which is social media.
Yeah.
15 years ago, maybe the
there
iPhone
was no
came out,
Instagram when
there
I
was
started.
nothing.
There was no IG. All
Right?
the albums went up on Facebook.
Nuts. The Facebook albums are
Everyone had to jump on Facebook the next morning to see their pictures and see if they made the cut.
facts. 15
You know
years
what I mean?
ago, so we're in 2024 now. So like, 08, 09, 10 is when kind of when we started. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, the world was different then. But so you started with like, Was it night? Was that a night? The Keith Kingsley, whatever the name is.
Leith Kingsley.
Leith Kingsley.
Chevelle.
Chevelle.
Wow. Remember
Shout
that?
out Chevelle. Is that Mick? No, it's not. It's not Mick. Who is that?
Chevelle
Was it Mickey?
Maddie?
Maddie. Shout out Maddie.
Shout out Maddie.
Unique.
Shout out Maddie, man.
Yeah, Chevelle was the first.
Chevelle was the first venue I shot at.
Chevelle's nuts.
And then Century Room.
Wow.
The OG Century Room.
The old Century Room. The one now was good, but the old one was slapped. The old one slapped.
How was the new one? I think I.
It's almost like you go back in time.
I did Everlay. Like I saw Everlay.
It was but after the original Century was Everlay, and then I went back to
right.
Century Room.
But the OG Century Room, come on.
Yeah, no, Thursdays,
Legendary.
all the
6 ways from Sunday, legendary.
Sundays were lit.
The Sundays.
It was industry nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was lit. So wait, so Chevelle was your first venue. So are you when you get into Chevelle in the early days and you're filming, you're starting to get a vibe, you're starting to catch a vibe, you're starting to make money?
Starting to catch a vibe a little bit. Money not yet. I was making $60 a night.
That's nuts. I mean, even
back then to me,
you ever work for free?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You get in the door?
Just to get in the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did free for like a good several months of just free because I had to show that I was undeniably good. Where it got to a point where it was like, no, we have to pay him now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if I say, hey, I can't come tonight because I got this other gig and they're paying me this, then they're like, oh shit, we gotta start paying this guy to make sure he's here. And then that's what happens. You know what I mean? And I started working with Sergio. Sergio.
Shout out Colt.
Shout out Colt.
We see you.
Serge. Started working with Serge.
Yeah.
I worked with him full time for a couple of years. You know what I mean? And
at this point, you're starting to get good.
I was starting to get like good, where it was like, okay, no, this guy's like good. You know what I mean? And I was on residency for like 7 clubs. You know what I mean? Where I was doing
every day. You got something.
Every day. I was working Monday Rockwood, Tuesday it was like Bloke and Forth on a Tuesday. And then I did Versailles Wednesday. And then Thursday, where was I on Thursday? I think Century on Like I've done the whole 9 yards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then when EFS opened, I was doing I was doing EFS Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Time Nightclub on a Sunday.
That's insane.
Back to Lost and Found on a Monday. Or like Rockwood on a Monday. You know what I mean? Like, dude, my schedule has been so insane in my earlier years. Now I'm a little more chill because I have a team that works with me.
Yeah.
Like I built a team of photographers so I could take the workload off myself and I can work smarter and not harder. You know what I mean? So I can focus on like bigger things, like more commercial stuff and more things that take over my like early evenings to like late evenings. And then I could wake up the next morning and just like, you know what I mean? Have 100%. A fresh mind, 100%. Not be out till 2 a.m.
Yeah, no, listen, I know every time I see you, it's on site. Let's have a shot.
It's on site.
That's just because I'm a psycho.
I know, man.
But
cheers
cheers
to you.
Cheers
Come
to
on,
being
man.
a psycho. Yeah, cheers to you being at some of my most important family events.
You have
weddings, pre-wedding parties, baptisms.
You have the greatest family, man.
I'll never forget my brother's pre-wedding party. I don't know why I thought it would be a good day to have him. Like I knew why, but like I'm like, just come and like get some photos and leave. Next thing you know, like it's like 3 a.m. He's got Tony, sack goes down on his shoulders. He's hammered in the bag.
And there's a photo of that.
There's a photo of that. Everything's documented, which is nuts. But I'll never forget you posted. You said, and you've been to a lot of parties, house parties. He posted on his story. Not to boost my family up, but
No, boost them up because your family is elite. Like,
and it was like mostly Arabic too. It was like Arabic music, Arabic singing. Like half the shit he probably couldn't understand.
I didn't understand.
He posted on his story, I just witnessed the greatest house party of all time.
Of all time.
That's what he posted.
Of all time.
I didn't pay him extra to say that. I didn't say it. He just said it himself. And
we had a horse on the street.
Yeah, the horse was nuts. my sister.
You rode up on a horse.
Yeah, well, I got it for her.
If we can, pull up a picture of that. If we can get that horse picture.
I'll send you that. It's documented somewhere.
Holy shit.
That's nuts. That was nuts. Yeah, the whole neighborhood was wondering what the fuck was going on. We took over the street. To dance.
Yeah.
And to, old school Lebanese style, you coming on a horse. She didn't want to come in on a horse. I got her the horse because that's tradition. You coming on a horse. You, the groom, you guys meet with the horses, they kiss, and then everyone. But she didn't want to do it. So I said, fuck it. I paid for the horse. So let me use the horse, like $700 an hour. I used the horse. So yeah, then it got pretty crazy. We had a lot of people there. It was a lit night.
There's a lot of people in there.
Yeah, there always were. You just did my brother's baptism. Shout out baby Dominic.
Shout out baby Dominic.
I told you, I said, you got to get out of here now because if you don't get out of here now, you're gonna miss your Sunday party,
Yeah,
which you're
yeah.
now throwing. Let's shout them out. Shout them out quickly.
My Sunday party, Paradise Grotto on Sundays throughout the summer.
We're coming. Maybe this Sunday we come. I don't know.
Hey, is it?
I'm going to Spain on Monday. Maybe a little finale.
Ooh.
How you doing?
Hey.
Let me know.
Hey.
I'm always there. I mean, between you and Arash, my Sundays, I used to go to church on Sunday.
Right.
Now, I'm fucking partying from noon till midnight. It's bad. It's bad. Jesus hates me. But no, we'll get into it. But yeah, so back to the photography scene. So you start to make your name, right? And then, like, now, you're not just a photographer. You're like, I don't want to call you like an influencer.
I mean,
but
like,
you're
I went from photography to like hosting parties to like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, you know, hosting like NBA parties, like athlete parties. Shout out my business partner, Drew Smoothie.
Shout out Drew Smoothie.
The legend, one of the kindest, most like selfless persons I've ever met in this industry.
And
know
you
what I
met
mean?
him through just the industry?
I met him just through the industry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he definitely taught me how to, because like what he does is like he's like the plug. He is the Toronto plug.
Everyone
to
needs a plug, right?
To whatever, whenever, events wise, venue wise, you know, artist wise, celeb wise, athlete wise. Like Drew Smoothie doesn't get enough credit in this city.
Give Drew Smoothie
Drew
more credit.
Smoothie is a Toronto icon. No bullshit.
Really?
In terms of just being that nice and so plugged in at the same time and having patience for all the bullshit in between, Drew doesn't get enough credit, but
Shout out
he
Drew.
needs it now. Drew Smoothie, shout out to you.
Shout out Drew Smoothie.
100%.
Let's have a drink soon.
Yeah. He doesn't drink, but I mean, he'll have one. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Drew
Everyone's
doesn't
got
drink.
a story.
We got it. We got a Drew
Everyone's
Smoothie.
got a
I'm not
story.
gonna do that to you, Drew. I'm not
Drew,
gonna
we
do
love
that
you.
to
That's behind
but
the
we love
scenes.
you.
OnlyFans, you got to pay for that shit. But everyone's got a story. That's fine. Drew will have a nice glass of milk or something.
Yeah.
Shout out Drew. Business partners in what respect, if you don't mind me
In
asking?
terms of like hosting and throwing, like just like throwing parties.
do you prefer now still snapping the camera, or are you like hosting? Because hosting's fun too.
I prefer snapping photos still to this day because you know why? Like you get to. One thing about photography that I love is the fact that I get to freeze time.
Yeah, it is pretty cool the way you get shit like.
I get to just freeze
moment.
time, and that moment I captured can be talked about years from now.
Yeah, it's
like
so true.
photos I've captured of you, maybe like 30 years from now, if God willing, 30 years from now, you show baby Dominic.
Yeah, your uncle.
This is Unc.
Well, your uncle used to do. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
Nuts.
memories like that. You know,
Man,
what
you
I
got a
mean?
lot of great photos over the years. You've had a lot of great the moments. It's like that. You know this, but like that millisecond
That millisecond
when you're like maybe you're dapping someone up. You don't even know. Like
right.
probably 80% of the photos that he takes, you don't even know
You don't even know I took it.
he's taking them.
Yeah.
But it's that moment in time when you dap up somebody or when you're like having a conversation. That's why like posing is fun, but when you're just doing it in the moment, and man, you take some fire. Like,
Yeah,
you take
man,
some
like,
shit.
I feel like photographers out there, please, creatives out there, like get you a 70 to 200 millimeter lens. Get you that long distance lens where it's
Learn.
where it's like you're there but you're not there. Like that lens in a room of just people just vibing and candids and just that is the lens.
That's probably what the venue wants too. Like most of the time you're there for the venue, right?
Right.
So the venue probably wants to project that like these guys are just having fun.
They're
It's
just
not-
having fun.
You're not there to do like take pictures, right?
Right. It's not picture day at school.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what
not
I
picture
mean?
day at school, and I don't think people even like you said. There's a lot of people that maybe they're not supposed to be out today, or you know whatever. So
But that's where candid photos get dangerous as well. Where it's like you kind of have to have that balance of like, this is the thing, like for new photographers coming into nightlife, like there are people that are going to be in this room that don't want to be photographed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, look, I've been told no in nightclubs a billion times. I've been yanked before saying like, yo, delete that picture. Like in my younger days, not now, because you know, over time, like you learn, you know what I
who's
mean?
who
And
and
it's
what's
like,
what.
not everybody in this room is friendly. Not everybody in this room wants to be photographed. Not everybody in this room is supposed to be here, but they're here. I get that that's their business, but at the same time, you're working here and you don't want no problems. You know what I mean? So
see, listen, it's a tough spot to be in. I mean,
it's a tough spot to be in because like you're doing your job, but at the same time, some people make it difficult for you to do your job.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of gotta find that you know.
I think I'm
middle.
with you on this one because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if you really don't want to be photographed, maybe you shouldn't be out.
Fair,
Or
but at the same time, who are you to like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Isn't you tell me what the etiquette is when you sign a deal with a club or whatever, but like, isn't it technically you? I know you have a reputation, you don't want to piss anybody off, but isn't it like you're there to do a job? You technically could post whatever you want. Like you're not legally obligated to not post someone if they enter that club?
Nothing's on paper.
Yeah.
So it's an agreement. It's a verbal
Right.
agreement. So
Yeah.
like if I see, I don't know, let's just name a celebrity. I don't know. Let's say I see
George Clooney.
George Clooney in the club and he's having a good time and I send a photo of George Clooney and he cool with it and it's for the venue because the venue pays me.
Yeah.
The venue can't tell me that I can't post this photo because
Right.
there's nothing in writing.
But even George can't really tell you, can he? Or you can't?
George can't tell me either. It's a public place.
no.
But if George
Try
Clooney,
that shit, George. Don't try that shit on us.
you can't tell me that either. But at the same time, I'm not that person where it's
Yeah.
like, you know, I'm gonna be an asshole. Like if George Clooney says, "Yo, hey Chris," like or "Sir,"
No, he knows who you are.
I
No, he does.
I really don't want to be photographed tonight. I just kind of want to have a nice, cool, calm, chill evening. You know, just please respect. And I said, I got you. See, if you talk to me like that, not a problem.
You're a big respect guy. I can tell
Not a
that.
problem.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
big on respect, but you know what I mean. But and
So do you mind me getting a little specific with you here? Because obviously
Yeah.
Toronto, very metropolitan city. We got TIFF. We got all kinds of events,
Oh, yeah.
venues, sporting events.
Oh, yeah.
Can you give me some maybe run-ins you've had or celebrities or where you thought that's cool or that's fucked up that he did it? Can you give me something like that?
I've never had a fucked up celebrity story. Every celeb I photographed and I've happened to meet has all been cool. And the first thing that they tell me is, "You're the biggest fucking photographer I've
You
ever
are
seen in
fucking
my
massive. I don't know if producer Terry can like visualize this. He's fucking huge. This guy is massive. 6'7", 6'6".
6'8",
You're
yeah.
probably pushing 350, something like that, 330.
350?
I'm 240.
No, man, I'm
fat though, I gotta say.
I'm
fat.
270.
That's it?
But bro, I was 320. I was
Yeah, I know,
320.
you
a
did lose some weight. Shout out
I was
the
huge.
gym.
I was 320.
Shout out
Then
the
I got
diet.
down to 250 because I went completely sober.
Yeah. Insane how that happens.
I went completely sober and worked out maybe like 3 times a week, like minimal.
Were you
shit.
doing over the shoulders? Because I remember I offered you tons of shots during this time for sure. So were you doing over the shoulder
No,
when I
I
gave
was
you a
telling
shot?
people to their face like, "No, I wasn't
Oh,
drinking."
you
no more."
just straight up
yeah,
said,
yeah,
"No,
yeah.
I can't."
And everybody thought I was nuts.
Yeah. It's
I
tough.
did 4 months and lost 70 pounds.
I gotta stop drinking.
4 months.
I do. I have to
Yeah.
stop drinking. That's tough.
It was messing with me emotionally. It was ruining like relationships I was in. It
You
was
wake up
ruining.
hungover and shit all the time.
I would just be more like my emotions were heightened. You know what I mean? Like if I'm lit and I see something I don't like, I was emotional as fuck about it. Like liquor blurs my emotional intelligence.
Really?
You know, and I had to really go sober to really like, you know, and therapy. I had to do both.
Really?
To really correct my emotional intelligence under the influence.
Was it because you were consuming so much, or was it the
I was
consistency?
consuming
with it?
so much. I was consuming so much, and I was in this like, I don't give a fuck. You can't tell me nothing. I'm Chris Rain. Whoop de whoop. Like whatever. I'm making all this money. Like can't tell me shit.
Wow.
But I really had to dial it back and be like, yo, Chris. You know what I mean? Certain people are talking to you about how much you're drinking. Like I still enjoy liquor now, but it's way more controlled than how it used to be because I used to be out of control with it.
Was there a moment? I always ask. A lot of people come on Zbod and they tell me about their moment because I'm usually drinking something or whatever.
Yeah.
So a lot of people tell me that there was a moment or there was something clicked. You have that moment with alcohol?
I do have that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to share or it's personal to you?
It's personal, but like, you know, I was in Miami and something.
devil. South Beach,
I
the
was
devil.
in Miami and I was in 11. I was in 11.
The most devilish location in the most devilish place.
Yeah.
Could make the moment happen for sure.
Yeah. I was in 11 nightclub. I was in Miami having a blast by myself. Like,
No.
Yeah, because like I was with my homegirls in Miami, but like they were off. They were like, I let the homegirls do the
Yeah, I let
homegirl
the homegirls
shit.
do it.
And you know, I'm not trying to, ruin, opportunities that they may come across. So I'm not trying to.
You could be perceived as scary. Next
You know
to
what I
someone
mean?
else.
I'm scary. You know what I mean? To the average man, I'm
I
scary.
don't think I say hi to a broad if you're
I'm
next
scary.
to
I'm
I'm taking
scary.
them, by the way.
You know what I mean? But so I was in 11 doing my own thing, and I was just like, thinking and just drinking, throwing ones. My tab was probably about 3K USD by myself at
On
the
your
bar.
own.
On my own.
It's a
On my
financial
own.
moment too.
I was cooked. And
That's
then,
insane.
I was in my phone. I was just in my phone and then online just saw some shit I didn't like. and then I just lost it.
Like just in your head, you went.
I crashed out.
Yeah.
And because I was so fucking lit, my crash out was like a pileup. It was like a 20-car pileup emotionally. And I woke up the next day in my hotel room. Don't even remember getting back to my hotel. And I was like, oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. Like, Chris, that's not you. And from that day forward, I was like, you need to cut it out until you get right. And I got right. Like I did. You know what I mean? Like I talked to my closest family members, talked to my closest friends, and I went sober for, I think like 4 months, 4.5 months, did therapy, and I had to correct what was wrong. And I got back on track. And I'm in a much, much, much better place now. Like now there's balance with, you know, keeping it subtle and then enjoying yourself. Like with you, like I'm enjoying myself with you.
Yeah.
But I had to learn when to turn it on and turn it off.
Because it was just on.
It was just on, and it was
on.
a tape over it, and it was stuck on.
Yeah.
And I just really had to learn because I was ruining relationships I thought that would never die.
Nuts. Crazy.
You know? And
alcohol, you think is
alcohol. It was alcohol.
It just inebriated you to the point where
like, and the thing is, I can't necessarily blame alcohol. Sometimes you got to blame you because it's like, listen, like
it doesn't drink itself.
It doesn't drink itself.
Yeah.
And you got to control you.
Yeah.
So I had to take note of the problem and correct it and fix it. You know what I mean? And now I'm in a much better spot.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. From afar, I mean, I wish we had a more personal relationship, but we have more. We see you in the club, this and that. I see you wherever. But I couldn't tell because I'm not super, like, I'm not in your family inner circle. So I couldn't tell, but just see you in my own shit in the club, and I want to dap you up and have a shot. I don't remember you denying to have a shot with me, but obviously now you get this story and you're like, hey, like, you know, especially with you and where you are and what you have to do, it's probably one of the hardest things you've ever had to do.
It was hard.
You're still working, right? You still got to make money.
Still got to make money, but
Did you ever turn down any jobs? Did you ever change the work schedule?
Oh no, I did.
Because it's
and
fucked,
shout
right?
out to my team because like they held the fort down while I stayed home to correct my shit and heal and get over some shit and, you know, put one foot in front of the other. So shout out to my team, PJ, Matt, the other Matt, Leo, you know what I mean? Like Lolo, all those guys.
Shout
like
out the team.
They kept it. They, you know, they held the fort down for me.
I don't think, shout out them because I don't think anyone really noticed. You were kind of gone.
No one noticed.
Or everyone noticed your weight loss because you look fucking unbelievable. I mean, you look healthy now. Then you look like you had a bit of problem.
I had problems.
But no,
I
like
had
I'm saying, when the weight loss,
Yeah.
like when a guy that big, it looks like you were skinny, but you look healthy now. You look happy now.
Yeah.
And I love that you can have this.
I can have one. You know what I mean?
You're drinking
cheers,
way
cheers,
faster
cheers.
than me. This is not good. The
No, don't do that.
Host has to catch up.
I got poured less.
I just found out we might have a night tonight.
I got poured less. Don't
Shout
do
out
that.
Kush hosting us at the studio.
Shout out Kush.
Thank you. You're now the king of the photography game.
Okay.
Okay? I get a little bit of this. I get a little bit of your personal life, a little bit of your professional life.
Yeah.
What do you see in the city now? We're talking about Toronto because you've been all over and with you've done everything in the city in terms of events and hosting. We got sports, we got everything. Some of your closest, you know, friends now are like athletes and whatever. We'll get to that. But Toronto as you see it now, because we've seen it like 15 years you've been in the business. I've been kind of going here in the city 15 years. 04, 05, 2010, 2024 now today. We have issues in Toronto. What do you see from Toronto as a city as a whole today, especially when you're out there photographing? You see the parties, you see the clubs, you see the people. What do you think? What do you think when you look at this?
I think bottle service is ruining the nightlife industry.
Woo! Hot take. That's a hot take.
I wholeheartedly feel like that, and I will die on that hill.
Really?
I will die on that hill.
You got to expand because that's pretty much, that's a lot. It's a lot to say.
I feel like, look, I get it. Venues got to make their money and whatever, but like, I feel like it's getting fucking ridiculous in terms of like, people are not even having fun anymore. You got people in the club spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on tables, acting like they bought land.
It is true. It is a real estate thing.
Nobody, I feel like nobody's having fun anymore. I feel like people forgot the element of what a party is. I feel like people are just in there to show who's spending the most money at this table. It's just a dick swinging contest. And
So fucking true.
everything else in between, it's like people don't dance anymore. People don't like have fun anymore.
No.
And for the people that you see in the club actually dancing, now they look like the weirdos.
I'm one of
To
the
the
weirdos.
people spending money.
Yeah.
And it's like, what happened?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
true.
I feel like Toronto needs a nightclub where there's just no tables. It's just dance floor
People.
and bar and people.
You know what? You're right. I mean, they're all built around.
But I get it. On the flip side, to play devil's advocate, I get it. You get a venue, you lease a property, turn into a venue. You got to get your return back as fast as you can. So what do? Have as many tables as you can. I get it.
I'm gonna play both sides. Let me cut you off. I'm gonna play both sides.
Right.
I like my real estate when I go out for my people.
Fair.
I don't not want to interact with other people. I just don't know who's gonna be there that night. I'm not
Fair.
people watching. So I like to have my own space for my people so they feel comfortable. My sister-in-laws, my girlfriend, whatever, that are there. I want them
I
to
get
feel
that.
safe.
You roll deep.
You roll deep. We roll deep, right? But you see me, I'm 1 minute I'm in this corner of the club, 1 minute I'm in the other fucking corner of the club.
Right.
Because I like to mingle with people. I like to let's have fun, right? I agree with you. It is a dick swinging contest. It hurts my wallet. I don't want to be the only asshole
I
not
see
buying a
you.
bottle.
Hey. I see Azul, 42, Dom, and I'm just there like, what the fuck?
Shout out Rash for taking all my money the last 6 months.
I'm telling you.
I know.
I'm seeing down payments literally passing me by going to
know.
tables. And I'm
It's
like,
fucked.
how?
I know, and a bottle in Toronto is as much as a bottle in Miami, as much as a
I'm
bottle in
telling
Vegas.
hey, let's talk about it. Talk about it.
It's a lot.
I'm seeing Casamigos for like $700 now in clubs.
It's a lot.
Huh?
It's a lot. It's a lot, Rain. It's a lot.
Listen, being in this industry as long as I've been in this industry, I still can't bring myself to do that. Because I work in this industry. You know what I mean? I can't.
You don't need to buy a thing.
I don't.
You don't need to buy a thing.
I
You know
don't
that.
want to. You know what I mean? And
mean,
it's just like, I could do it 10 times over, fine. But it's like, I just still can't like bring myself.
Yeah, I don't know where Toronto lost its kind of
Toronto has
humbleness.
lost its authenticity in terms of for the love of music and just going out and not caring who's in the room. I'm just here for the music, the vibes, my friends, meeting new people. Toronto has lost the element of meeting new people, I feel. Not in the entire city, but I feel like Toronto nightlife has lost the element of meeting new people. But then again, King Street and Queen West, like Queen West and Dundas West, completely different.
Totally different.
Completely different.
Totally different.
King West, it's very who's in the room.
Yeah,
We're just trying to see who's spending the most money.
Yeah, they got a bottle. I got a bottle.
They did an ace. I'm doing 2 aces.
Yeah.
They did 3 doms. I'm doing 6 aces. Like it's very King Street.
It's
bro.
very
And
true.
like, and
Very
then
true.
you go on Queen West, and it's like nobody gives a fuck who you are. Are you a good person or not?
Yeah.
You know, places like Apartment 200, Cold Tea, AM/PM, Liberty, and Mahjong Bar Mordecai, like they don't care who you are, bro. It's are you a good person? Well, bring your ass in here and let's have a good time.
Facts.
It's love.
I mean, listen, I'd say the glory years were like 10, 12, 15 when the gram wasn't like nowadays, you know, people pop up the gram or Snapchat or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of doing everything for something else or for someone else. Right? I would be lying to you if I said, you know, social media has made me the pod. It made me my own brand. It's gotten me a lot of perks in my life.
Yeah.
So I can't shit on it.
Of course not. No.
But there's some nights where I go out and I don't like my phone is in my pocket for 2, 3, 4 hours and I don't check nothing because I got the people that matter with me. I'm secure. It's another thing. Security nowadays, you know, people you don't know, guns and gangs and like let's just be honest. We don't know who's out there now. So
we don't.
We got to just be mindful of our surroundings. We're good people. We don't want to get caught in the crossfire, which undoubtedly happens sometimes in the city. And I pray for the safety of all of Toronto.
Absolutely.
We got to shout out our police and shout out everyone that does what they got to do. But
Yeah.
but we just want to be safe. We want to have a good time. Like we want to have a good time, right? Like I see you sometimes when you're like photographing me, and you know I'm kind of twisted in the bag, but it's all comes from a place where like my first goal is to like have fun with my people.
Right.
And then let's, you know, move around with different friends and different whatever and get to where we want to go at the end of the night. But like, I'm with you. It's a lot now.
It's a lot now,
you know?
man.
You
Like-
could wear the nicest Dior shirt and the nicest shoes and you're not the nicest. You don't look the best. in
You
the
don't
room.
right.
Whether you have the most money,
Dude,
that's
I walk in clubs like now, like just to check out my photographers of where they're working for me. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna mention clubs, like I'm not gonna mention names, but like I'll walk into a venue and I see like 20 fucking guys wearing an Amiri shirt.
Yeah.
The same fucking Amiri shirt. And it's like, holy shit, what is going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The same gallery department like shirt. Like there's 20 guys wearing a Gucci print shirt, and it's like, where, like, what is going on?
Honestly, walking with a black tee now, you're standing out.
You walking with a black tee, you're standing out.
You're standing out. Like,
You
why is that guy
stand
not
out.
wearing something else?
Holy shit.
I'm going to H&M right after we film this. Right after.
Right
Man,
after.
10 black tees. But yeah, Toronto, it's a great take. It's a hot take. And
It's a hot take.
I don't think it gets you in trouble with anybody.
No,
because
but at the same time, it's real because it's
real,
like,
yeah.
like what? You know what I mean? Like even DJs, like even the music that clubs play, like I feel like another hot take. I feel like there's so many talented DJs in Toronto that have not gotten a fair shake, that if given the opportunity, they would blow the socks off some of these DJs that are on rotation right now.
I feel like that's club directed. Like the certain clubs, you want to play
Absolutely.
there, you got to play house, you got to play rap.
You got to play this, but it's like, dude, I feel like Toronto just needs to give other DJs a fair shake for real.
Yeah, these clubs I guess they get comfortable, or what do you think?
They get comfortable in
know?
the fact that, like, look, I get it. We're loyal to this guy. We're going to keep you because we're loyal to you, whatever. Chris, we're loyal to you because nobody shoots like you, whatever, cool, whatever. We're loyal to you. But at the same time, shit, hell if I know the next Chris Rain's coming right now, and I don't even know it.
And if he
There's
deserves a
always
shot, he should
there's
get a shot.
always someone on the way. You know what I mean? But I feel like Toronto, like whether it's DJs, photographers, videographers, you know, like I feel like there's others out there that deserve their chance as well. That's why I do my best to create a team to put other guys on.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't feel like putting my guys on,
Someone put you on, and then you got to put others.
you know what I mean?
Cycle of life.
Like I feel like people really got to start paying shit forward, and I do my best to do so. Like I put
100%.
I put a lot of people in positions to make money. You know what I mean? A lot of creatives. I put dozens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I feel like the politics when it comes to music in clubs is another thing.
So what's the deal with that? Jersey came in, kind of took over the scene when he
Right.
did. He kind of changed everything. Let's be honest.
Of course.
You know, from like he had a little bit of rap, but he also had some R&B and he had some pop.
Yeah.
Do you think that? I mean, we'll call it what it is. You're black, I'm white. Do you think that there's certain clubs that like only play hip hop and rap because they want a certain crowd? Do you think that there's house and thing at a certain?
No, I
Do you
feel
think
like,
it's race directed?
No, I feel like a lot of clubs play hip hop because people spend money to hip hop.
Really? Like bottle service, you're
People
saying?
spend money to rap music. You know
I
what
guess
I mean?
in the lyrics, right? It's in
People
the-
don't really blow money to house music like that.
I would say like, yeah. I mean,
Saluna's the exception.
shout out to Luna, shout out Rashi, shout out
Saluna's
Dave.
the exception.
Shout out those guys,
Because
yeah.
you guys are mental.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
hip hop music, the influence of getting a bag and spending it and getting it right back, it influences people when they're drinking.
Right.
It really does.
Right,
Like
right.
it's a science.
It
I
is.
study it. Like I don't want to study it, but like I live it. Like I see it every fucking day.
When a good track comes on,
When a good track, when some young Jeezy comes on,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Order 2 more bottles because my Jeezy's playing right now.
It's true, right? It's
Who
fucking
dat?
true. The DJ
Who dat's
is the
playing
most
right
important
now?
financial person to a club, maybe. It's actually facts.
Realest nigga in it. You already know. Been
I can't drop
Trapper
the
of
N-word,
Year
but
4
you do it
times
for
in a
me.
row.
Yeah.
Bring me more bottles.
Yeah.
Like it's the influence, it's the culture. So like I feel like a lot of clubs may not necessarily want a lot of black folks in here, but at the same time, we're gonna play the black music.
It's
and
kind
make
of a
sure
catch-22.
It's, you know what I mean? It's politics, and it doesn't get talked about enough. And if people do talk about it, they get in trouble. But at the same time, I don't give.
No, this is an open,
I'm 15 years running, man. I can stop
open
tomorrow and be
platform,
okay.
Rain. So we're gonna talk about has racism has ever affected you? Has it ever affected your life, your professional life, your personal life, anything? Have you ever seen it in Toronto or America, wherever the hell you've been?
Oh no, of course. Like it's like I've definitely been to venues in this city where, you know, the doorman may or may not know who I am, and I'm not, and I don't like,
You don't like the, "Oh, I'm
I don't
Chris
like
Rain."
doing that either,
Nah,
right?
yeah.
I just like to pull up and they say, "Oh, sorry, we're done for the night," and I'm like, "But it's 1:30," and it's like, "No, we're done for the night," and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
You know, I'm seeing a bunch of people leaving.
Yeah.
A couple of guys just went in, but you're done for the night. Like we're done for the night, and I was like, "Okay, cool. Okay, of course. I've been through that before, and I've definitely had my fair share of run-ins, but like it's nothing to really like dwell on or get into like that. But look, man, like it's it's just one of these things where it happens every single day. So it's like, what?
It's still alive. It's still there. You think?
I mean, one thing I will point out is where venues or doormen in this city go, no excessive jewelry or no, running shoes or whatever. And they say that to the black guys, but then you see the white guys wearing the exact same thing and they walking right in.
Walk in.
And you know what I mean? And it's like, and then they're not even, they don't got a table. And then you go, yo, what's up? And then the door guy goes, oh, well, they have a table. How the fuck do you know? Are you the VIP host?
Yeah, no, it's...
You know what I mean? And it's
facts. No,
I've seen it a billion times.
Yeah.
So it's just like, but that's in my earlier days. Like now I walk up and then go ahead.
Of course. But I mean, that's not to say that it's not there still, because a guy like
it's
you...
It's there. It's...
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm Arab. I'm not white. I don't have blonde hair. I'm Arab. But I walk in. People know I'm loud, and I usually just yell at people, and I get in wherever I want to go.
Right.
But even now, I've heard, there's a whole geopolitical war going on in the Middle East now, and we play our music in the club. I know we don't play it. Mm-hmm. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Like Arabic music is a vibe. So it comes on, and then you might have some people over there that don't like that.
I gotta learn the dance, man. What was it? The
I don't want to say
dabke?
What is it? Yeah, the dabke. I don't want to say you're too tall for the dabke.
I gotta learn it.
You're tall though.
I need to learn it.
If you started doing the dabke, we'd be done. If the black people started doing dabke, we have no chance. We're short, we're fat, we have beer bellies. We'd be done.
I gotta learn that dance. Somebody please teach me.
Do not learn the dabke, black people. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna take it from us, and we got nothing left. That's all we got. That's all we got. Do not take it from us. Promise me.
We are learning that dance this summer.
That's it. I'll do the Dougie. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Give me something.
You can have the Dougie. We'll take the dabke.
No, but it's lit. But no, it's man, we're all family, man. We're all family out here in the city. Toronto's multicultural as fuck. So blacks, whites, Arabs, everything, man. It's that's what I love about it the most. I love the sports. Talk about the sports. You got a lot of connections. You made a lot of good connections in the sporting world.
Yeah, man. I got a lot of good friends, man, around the.
A lot of Raptor parties. You've TFC and Leafs, and you've
Leafs, but
white. I mean,
the white boys haven't taken me in.
Yeah,
yet.
No. I mean, I've never seen. Yeah, shout out the Leafs, never winning. Raptors actually gave us a break, so shout out Masai, legend.
Shout out all my guys, man.
The connection of sports, because I'm a sports guy, you know that.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Oh man, my first connection in the sports world was Sonny Weems.
Shout out Sonny.
Sonny
Deadly
Weems,
from three.
Man. If you go back, man, I don't know how much of a sports fan you are or a Raptors fan you are, but Sonny Weems in the Young Guns days, man.
They weren't that good then when he was playing, but he was good.
Yeah, man. He was my first NBA friend. You know what I mean? And shout out to Mona. So, Mona was having a party for it was his birthday party. Mona threw a party for his birthday, and I did the photos for free. Right? It was part of my free era. So did the photos. Crazy, I was proud of that album. I was proud of it. And then he messaged me on Facebook because there's no Instagram yet. There's no Instagram. So he messaged me on Facebook and he was like, yo, Mona showed me your page, whatever. He was like, bro, let me see the pics, and I sent him the link to the photos.
But I wanted to make sure nothing was...
No, I was freaking out because look, I have no friends of any kind of stature or caliber. So I'm seeing Sonny Weems in my Facebook, message. I was like, holy shit.
Cool.
I was looking around at the imaginary camera, like holy shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he's like, yo, let me see the pics. I sent him the pics. And about 20 minutes later, he messaged me back. He's like, yo, these pics are fire.
Yeah, bro.
And that was all I needed, confidence-wise, to be like, yo, if he likes it, I'm fucking him.
You started charging the next day.
I started charging immediately.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And getting that validation from him, he was like, yo, we should shoot sometime. And then eventually I had a
This is while he's on the Raptors.
This is while he's on the Raptors. And I had a studio in North York that I was renting out here and there. And I brought him there to the studio. We did some portraits. We did some crazy fire fucking portraits because he's covered in tattoos and he's really big on ink. Yeah. And we did some inked inspired magazine style shoots and photos and stuff like that. And then we built that relationship of brotherhood, and 15 years later, still my brother.
The real one.
Still my brother.
He's in China now? Where is he now?
He's in China now.
He's in China.
Yeah. He's had a long
Playing
career.
ball, yeah.
Come on,
he's got to be up there, no?
Yeah, you up there.
high 30s. Yeah, 'cause
You up there.
I remember Sonny back in the day. That's 10, 15 years ago, no?
Yeah, man.
10 maybe 10.
He hasn't been a Raptor for 16 years, right?
Yeah.
So like knowing him eventually introduces you to guys like Amir Johnson, my guy Amir. Terrence Ross, my guy.
Shout out T. Ross.
Then when these guys get traded or when they move on to other teams, you eventually meet who their new teammates are.
Right. It's all
it eventually just trickles out into a network of guys that you know, whether on like a B, C, or D level.
Yeah.
But as long as they know you would know that, okay, if my boy trusts you, then okay, cool. You know what
It's
I mean?
also, I mean, for them, having a guy like you who they trust, who can take the photos.
Right.
Not saying they're doing anything wrong, but
Right.
a guy that they trust.
Right.
They're not, they're public figures,
I'm
right?
not out there having them look crazy
Right.
and shit, right?
Right. But
And-
still catch the
and
good shit.
Still capture the good shit. Make sure shit's cool. Make sure nobody out here looking crazy.
100%.
And because at the end of the day, like, if I was them, I would feel the same way.
100%.
Like, you know what I
You got
mean?
a lot to
So
lose,
it's like,
man.
you got a lot to lose, right?
to
And
lose.
it's just like, I'm not saying no one's doing anything wrong or whatever, but it's just like, man, if you want to take a picture of me, just take a picture of me by myself.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? And I'm the same way. And I'm nowhere, like, I'm no athlete.
Yeah.
I may look like one in terms of like height and shit,
Yeah.
but like, get
you
me
just
by
do it.
myself.
I think that's, I think we're talking like 15, 16, 17 EFS years where like these guys, like Boucher is to my left. You know Boucher,
Oh,
obviously.
of course. Yeah.
Norm's there to the right. I know you're
My
close to
brother
Norm,
Norm,
Fred,
my
and the
guys.
boys. I think the championship right in and around there, they showed up to EFS, or I don't know if it was
2019?
It's 2019, somewhere around there. Like they were always around. They were celebrating, right?
Yeah.
Toronto's a great city to celebrate.
Was it the going to the finals party? When they
That
were going to the
was
finals?
so
that was a night.
That was a nuts.
Holy
You know
shit.
what? Yeah, they beat Milwaukee.
They
were, it was
beat
game
Milwaukee.
6.
Yep.
Right. I
Like-
was at Escobar. I think that might have been one of the nights. Yeah, they finished the game and then the time between the finals and the
I think Fred got hit in the face that game or that series. What series was that? Did he get hit in the face in the Milwaukee series? Where he caught the elbow.
Freddie got was that series? I don't know, but yeah, he caught a stray elbow. Yeah,
He
did.
did. And then,
He
oh
did.
my God, the most memorable moment of that night was when Freddie was on the mic, just shouting out the team and everybody
Yeah.
for pulling up. And then
Shout out Freddie.
it's on video everywhere. Freddie was like, shout out us, whatever. You know what I mean? We're going to the finals, baby. Golden State, we'll see your ass on Thursday.
Yeah.
Everybody in the
Nuts.
club was like,
Nuts.
"Ah,
Yeah. No, you gotta understand. I know you understand, but for
that
everyone
was
watching,
the craziest shit.
you guys gotta understand what that moment was like for us. Like, we never tasted it. LeBron crushed us for like 10 years in a row.
Yeah, man. Like, you gotta
And
let us have it.
I was good with losing the finals.
Look, the thing is,
The KD Warriors.
You know what the most beautiful thing about us winning the championship in 2019 is that we still act like we won it this year.
Yeah, bro. Well,
Like, okay, Boston won, but do you know that we won this shit in 2019? Like, we still won this
I
shit.
know. We still feel it. It's still surreal.
It's still like
We have
it
it.
still has weight.
I
You know
don't
what
know how
mean?
long can you ride a championship? Like 5 years, 10 years? I mean, we're gonna
it's
ride
Toronto
it
forever.
You know what? We got really
Forever.
lucky because the world shut down the next year. The bubble thing. Lakers won the bubble championship. It wasn't really the fucking thing. We got a real parade. We got a real fucking parade.
Toronto still has the greatest parade I have ever seen
We got a real parade.
in all of sports.
Yeah. We got it.
The city couldn't even prepare for it because we just didn't have the resources for barricades to fucking control.
I know, bro. I went all the way
2
from
mil-
what? Lakeshore to fucking
It was
Nathan
2,
Phillips?
3. It was 2-3 million people that
I
pulled
know.
up.
I remember starting it, going for lunch, and then
Dog.
finishing it on the other side.
People flew in from Vancouver,
I know.
Vancouver, Edmonton,
The whole nation.
the whole country came to Toronto for that parade.
I know. That was a great year. And then somehow Kawhi decided to leave, which was nuts.
I mean,
Nuts.
at the same time,
Nuts.
I'm not going to dwell on it. Like, I get it. You want to go home and play at home. I get it. There's no
How's that
better
working
feeling
out
than
for
being home. Look,
Seriously. Shout out Kawhi, but how's that working out for you? Honestly.
I'm gonna
We would have repeat. You knew we would have repeat because KD
Absolutely.
left. KD left.
Absolutely.
The Warriors.
Absolutely.
We would have repeat.
if everybody stayed, that would have been 2-3 more championships right there.
At least. Freddie went, took his bag, went to Houston. So shout out Freddie. We don't hate you for
My
that.
brother, bro. That's my
150
guy.
M's, something like that.
What?
130.
Man, come on.
And Houston got low tax too. Smart. It was a smart
Freddie,
move.
dinner is on you forever.
Yeah.
You
But
hear
shout
me?
out Scotty. We're close with Scotty too. I've had a couple drinks with Scotty.
Yeah, Scotty's, yeah.
Scotty's got 250.
Holy
the NBA is
shit.
going nuts. The NBA is
Good
going
Lord.
nuts. Yeah, OG got 50.
Have you seen these fucking contracts?
OG got 240 yesterday. Shout out OG.
I just need a 10-day. I'll bring the waters.
Yeah, no.
Shit.
But honestly, the next Raptor parade, maybe even the Leafs parade, who knows right now who's closer. The Raptors are on a rebuilding thing.
You're right.
Maybe the Jays, who knows? Baseball's not really a thing, or is it?
I don't watch baseball like that.
Yeah, we don't have someone. I'm going to the game tonight, though. Shout out Yankees.
Oh, yeah?
Yankees tonight. Big bet coming. Anyways,
Yo, how's the bet? Like, can I ask you a question? How did you get into sports betting, bro? How? Like, I'm seeing some of these crazy fucking wagers.
it's kind of sick, eh?
You are a sick man.
Were you there for $1 Million Monday, the first one? That was
I was
disgusting.
there for $1 Million
Yeah, that
Monday.
was disgusting. That made me sick. I thought about my dad. My dad would be shivering. He's alive still. He's not dead, but he's shivering. He was shivering. He's still-
Like,
it's nuts. I don't know, bro. It's just like you buy like a $5,000 camera. I mean, in relation, right? Like,
Fair.
right? If I smash that camera, it does nothing to me. Like it's like I don't feel it. You might feel it because that's like
I'm gonna feel it. Of course.
It's not about the money, but it's like that's how you make your living.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That $5,000 camera makes you 100,000, 200,000.
right.
It's just a product of the business that I'm in. How did I get into it? You start small. You start with nothing. You learn the ropes, and then you grow steadily. And now it's like clockwork, right? It's just like clockwork. You take the L's because people don't believe it. There's L's. You take the L's with the dubs.
Oh, no, look, I've seen some L's on Instagram stories, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. You take the L's with the dubs. You put it all in a nice soup. You know how to manage it mentally because that's probably the hardest part. Financially, physically, it's all good. It's all.
When is a
gravy.
better time to bet? Like, is it like during playoff times where you know
Yeah.
who's playing?
Yeah. When
Instead of regular season where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, Jason Tatum going for 30 tonight, and all of a sudden Jason Tatum plays like 10 minutes.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. I look at it differently. I look at the result of the game, and then I just determine who's going to score, who's going to. But after you have a full season of data, the playoffs will do 70%. NBA playoffs, like I don't know how to say. I knew that Boston was going to win it through and through, and everyone was saying they didn't get tested and blah blah blah. They had top to bottom the best team in the NBA the whole year.
Yeah, they did.
The whole year.
Yeah,
Maybe
they had
Denver were there.
Look,
Maybe
the thing about Boston is that, like, dog, anybody on that team can give you 40.
top to bottom. They had the
Top
best
to
team in
bottom.
the NBA.
Like on Dallas,
Yeah.
like, you know the 40 is coming from either Luka or Kyrie.
Luka's a psycho. He
Luka's a
just got tired
psycho.
at the end.
He's tired,
He gave
man.
everything he had. They went where they achieved way above what they should have.
Yeah.
But like obviously from a betting perspective, I look at a lot of different things than just like who's better or whatever. But yeah, I know to answer your question very briefly because this is your pod, not mine.
I'm very sorry.
No, it's no, but you learn like your business. You learn. You take a photo and you learn. You edit that and you take another one. Your shit has changed a lot from the first time you took photos of me till now. Now it comes like a fucking. You could put it in a little box and deliver it and charge $100 for it. That's
Right.
how, every picture looks like great. So, but yeah, no, you just learn, bro. You learn your craft. Your craft. I don't know. That's not to wrap it up here, but you're kind of the goat at what you do. So. You know, you still do the parties. You're still out there. I still see you outside. So you were at my birthday this year at Saluna, one of the 20 I had.
Fuck.
But what else? What's you're Chris Rain? You're the GOAT. You do marketing. Do you do what else is there for you in this world, in the world of photography?
I feel like I wanna like own a piece of a venue that's like perfect to like the aesthetic that I like. Like I want.
It's got to
like,
be what you.
It's got to be what I like.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's definitely been stewing in my mind of having a piece of something. You know what I mean?
You want to buy into hospitality?
Yeah.
I hear some varying kind of.
But it has to be with the right people.
Yeah.
Right people who get it. Not just guys with money that say, we're going to open something and play hip hop and like,
Right.
You know what I mean?
You have an idea? Are you close or are you still far?
Oh no, I'm still miles away.
Is
But
this what you're doing now? Is this enough for you? Could you do this coast to the end? Or do you want more?
No, well, nightlife is just like my plaything in terms of like now it is. You know what I mean? Like when I did it, it was everything to me because it was all I had.
Yeah.
But like now with the clientele that I've worked on building and the relationships I've worked on building, like I don't just do nightlife. I do a bunch of other events, photo shoots. You know, I'm breaking into the commercial scene more. You know what I mean? I'm really trying to get into the commercial world because the checks are different.
Yeah,
You know,
checks are
and
different.
commercial checks are different.
Yeah.
So like I will never ever turn my back on photography and one day I say, okay, well I'm done. Thanks for playing, everybody. You know what I mean? Like no, it's
But you're putting other people on. That's special.
you know what I mean? Like putting other people on gives me the time to figure out what's next for myself.
Yeah.
You know, and
And the industry as a whole, Rain, is it progressing positively? Is it shit? Is it going to shit?
It's
everyone's phone being a camera now. Is that a thing?
right now, I feel like the industry in Toronto really needs a reality check in terms of what is your what do you want out of your venue? Who do you want to be? Because I feel like a lot of venues in this city are having like identity issues of like what they want.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the music you're playing, letting alone who's in here. You know, I love, like, for instance, like I love Afro beats and stuff like that. You don't hear that really anywhere. Like you got to go to like specific places to like really hear it. I'm not just saying for like 1 or 2 songs you play Burna Boy and then go right back to hip hop. I'm talking like a session of it or like a night of it.
Yeah,
I would love to see that.
allocate a night to it. Maybe start there.
I would love to. You know what I mean? But like, I just kind of want more like universal sound in terms of Toronto's nightlife industry. Because right now it's either house or hip hop.
Facts.
You know what I
Either
mean?
house or
And like
facts.
the only time you hear like a full night of like Afro beats or like, you know, more dance hall or soca, like it's like a one-off party.
Yeah.
Where you gotta wait all month for it for that one night. Yeah. And you know, but you know what?
Maybe that's a sign to like, you know, you have your own.
I don't
venue,
know, man. I just feel like there needs to be more fluidity in the mainstream nightlife scene, but in like the more smaller nightlife venues, it's all over it and it's amazing.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know. I feel like King Street needs to take a page out of like Dundas West and Queen West.
Merge it a bit. I guess what you could say about Toronto is it has everything. It has everything. Maybe not as much as
it does, but like, you know,
But it has a little bit of everything. So whatever you want, like you can kind of get. I agree with you. Maybe some things more than others. But man, you're goated.
Appreciate you.
You're goated.
I appreciate you.
We did this. I don't think you're gonna get canceled. Maybe a little semi-cancellation here and there. I got you.
Okay.
I got you somewhere.
It's okay.
But you're the fucking goat.
Appreciate you.
Every time I see you, I know, you know, it's on site. I'll be locked eyes, and I know it's gonna be a good day, and I know I'm gonna have a couple good photos after the fact. So thank you for rocking with me for like 10 years now, 15 years since the first time you snapped. Something like that, man.
Something like that.
I had a little bit of hair back then, man. Now I'm condoned, you know, it is what it is. But no, you're the GOAT, man. You're the GOAT. Can I leave you the floor to say your last words about whatever you want to say?
Look, I
shout out anybody, thank everybody.
Look, I appreciate, you know, the journey, the run. I'm still running. You know, who knows how long I will be, you know, doing this for. But I appreciate every single person that allowed me to take a photo of them. Many memorable nights, many shots, many hugs, many laughs, you know, and I appreciate all of y'all and all the love. Stay safe. Stay
Toronto,
great.
please stay safe. We don't want this guy to catch a photo of me getting my head shut off or anything. So Toronto, stay safe. Rain, you're the GOAT.
My guy.
I love you. I love you forever.
Love you,
I'll stop growing because it's making me look bad. Zbodcast, another episode out of a new studio, as you can tell. Hope you guys like it. Hope everything turns out the way it should. Chris Rain, producer Terry.